or just show your true self and go and beat me like you do. Do that. Go and do that so I can see that too. Because you want them to know the truth, right? Where Bruno at? Let me slow down. Where you at, Bruno? Where you at? Where Bruno at? Since you've been fighting me, beating me up, because you want to leave Bruno all this time, that's telling the truth. That's telling all of it. So I can put so I'm gonna go on my own on what's left of our YouTube channel and put the pictures up where you've been beating me all this time. Right? Right? I'm gonna do that too, right? Yeah. Where Bruno at? Where you at, Bruno?
In the world of mukbang, few shined as brightly as Llips, living life in positive serenity. With over 130,000 subscribers, his infectious energy and heartfelt content resonated with many. But behind the camera, a tragic story unfolded. Today, we delve into the life and untimely passing of Llips, exploring his journey, his relationship with his husband, and the circumstances that led to his demise. We'll examine the available information, including public records and statements, to understand what has transpired. This video aims to shed light on the events and honor the memory of a beloved content creator. Hello everyone, my name is Lindsay Unfiltered, and today we will be talking about Llips, a fellow content creator here on YouTube. We will be talking about his untimely demise, the circumstances surrounding that, his impact on YouTube, and we will be reading through a few legal documents to see if we can kind of make more sense of what happened in this situation. Now, I'll just take a second to give my personal experience with the content creator. I wanted to make this video because I watched Llips back in 2020. Around the time of the pandemic, I knew of him, I knew of his husband. They had this video where they would eat crab legs, and it was one of my favorite videos. I didn't watch him so much over the years, but I did watch him like when he first came on the scene, and I did love to see what he was doing. So this news took me by surprise. It was one of those things where you see it and you automatically think it's a false story. That's how unbelievable it seemed to me. Not only did this happen to him, they're saying his husband has something to do with it. No way, it can't be true, right? So I want to give my condolences to the family. It's not something that has really sunken in yet, because you see people doing such great things for the platform and bringing these communities together, and then they just are gone. It doesn't even seem real, especially when you felt like you knew them as well. But I'm going to give you some information about Llips, his husband, and I want you guys in the comments to tell me what you guys think happened to Llips. He brought a lot of people together. Honoring his memory is what we should do. With that being said, if you guys like content like this that revolves around scandal, true crime, conspiracy with a twist of humor, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Llips was from Tennessee. He was born Bradley Jones. His husband's name is Cameron Hafner, but he went by Production, and the two of them came to the scene about 6 years ago with primarily mukbang content on YouTube, climbing quickly, doing collaborations with the likes of Beloved, Eat with Q, and other big name mukbangers. Llips seemed to be the show, Production seemed to be the background. He did cook a lot of the food for Llips. It was most definitely a joint effort by the couple. The YouTube channel was ran by both, and they seemed to have treasured it and loved it dearly. The last we heard from Llips, he was going to have a surgery done and then check back in with his fans on Production's birthday. Well, that live never came. Instead, we got a Facebook post from Llips' sister and no post from Llips. Now, Llips is a creator that posts every day, every other day, very consistent for years. So when this creator stops posting, That raises a lot of red flags, but no one would have thought that this was the outcome. So I'm going to go ahead and read the Facebook post from his sister now. The Facebook post from Nikesia Jenkins says, "I've been trying to put this off and not let myself being to believe you're gone. But it's real and life has stopped for the moment. But I know Mom and Dad has welcomed you with open arms filled with love and peace for your soul. The tears won't stop nor the hurt that my brother and I are going through. Llips Legion, we would love to thank you for all the love and support you've shown him throughout the years. But please no questions at this time. Please respect our time of letting go and grieving. And also remember, as Llips would say, there's more than one way home. Just get there, people, get there." So that's how his fans found out. But then it took a dark turn as people on the internet started spreading rumors that Production, his husband, was the one behind his unaliving. And everybody was like, there's no way. There's no way. They've been together for 18 years. We've seen them on our screens for the past 6 years. What do you mean? Me included. I'm like, this is fake news. It's fake news. With what I know, with how I knew their relationship was, there's no way it's true. But it's true. I'm going to go ahead and read over his arrest report and charges with you guys now. So here is Production's arrest report, inmate record. He was arrested on the 17th at 1:06 in the morning. So the incident likely occurred on the 16th. He was charged with aggravated assault. He was charged with possession of a firearm during commission. And he was charged with felony unaliving. Now, this didn't say this at first. When it was confirmed that Llips had passed away, this was upgraded to this, allegedly. All of this is alleged. This is when everyone started to be shocked. Because, what do you mean? This is the closest person to him. They've been together for 18 years. What happened that night? And people start going back to 5 months ago. The clip I showed you guys in the beginning. Was this a long-standing domestic problem that just turned fatal? I honestly can't answer that. But I do believe there were domestic problems in their relationship for a long period of time. That's my personal opinion. Llips' sister even spoke out and told us, hey, look, guys, their relationship was toxic, which means there was a lot of back and forth. The circumstances surrounding this are sad, but I want to see justice done where it needs to be done. In the case that this was completely unwarranted, and there's a good chance this was completely unwarranted, justice needs to be served. They could be toxic all the time, but if this time it wasn't warranted, justice needs to be served. That's my personal, humble opinion. I'm going to go to the police report. I'm going to pull that up for you guys, and I'm going to read it. And we're going to see what other details we can gather from what happened that night. Okay, so I have a copy of the police report that I got from BSC TV, another YouTuber. So I want to thank that YouTuber gave me permission to use this. It says on 4/16/2025 at approximately 8:35, Officer Miller was dispatched to their address, Peachtree Corners, Georgia, where the caller stated he was POW. Dispatch could then hear another person on the line saying he did not know what was happening, and then saying he was POW. I arrived on scene at approximately 8:38 after other officers and met with Cameron Hefner outside of the apartment. Hefner stated that his husband, Bradley Jones, walked inside and was POW'd, and he did not know what happened. I let Hefner sit in the back of my patrol car, telling him detectives were on the way and would want to ask some questions about what happened. I spoke with Lee, who stated that it was Hefner, answered the door saying he did not know what happened. Officers found Jones in the bathroom with a wound to the left abdomen. Lee called the number that dialed 911, and the phone Hefner had in his hand rang. So from this, we can deduce that Production was the one who called the police. The report goes on to say Llips was transported by Med 4 to Northside Hospital, Gwinnett. And I find it very interesting because in that live stream that I played in the beginning, Llips mentioned Northside Hospital, saying that production had taken $59,000 from Northside Hospital. So this hospital matches up. It goes on to say inside of the apartment was a mess consistent with some type of altercation taking place. There was food and a bottle of liquor on the floor near the living room table in the hallway in front of the bedroom. There was a broken bottle of liquor with liquid on the ground. There were drops of blood leading into the bedroom and bathroom. There was a loose round of ammunition by the nightstand in the bedroom. There was vomit on the floor of the bathroom from Jones. I took the phone that was used to call 911 as evidence. While waiting with Hefner in my patrol vehicle, Hefner made the following statements. I don't know anything. Just put the handcuffs on so I can go to jail. I've been through too much. Both me and him were on the phone trying to make the call, but it don't matter now, and I'm sure that I'm going to jail. I transported Hefner to Gwinnett County Police Headquarters and put him in interview room 3. Gwinnett County Police took over the investigation. So this part of the police report is insightful because it lets us know that the inside of the living space where they lived was a mess. There was food. There was liquor. Did they drink often? I'm not sure. I didn't follow them that closely to know that. It could be indicative of some type of domestic dispute taking place, a lot of alcohol taken beforehand, and then a huge fight breaking out. Who knows? Okay, so the last little bit of the police report says the police turned over the phone that was used to dial 911, and Kessler placed Hefner under arrest for aggravated assault. I placed handcuffs on Hefner. Handcuffs were double locked and checked for fit. I transported Hefner to the Gwinnett County Jail and released him to the booking deputies on duty. So what can we learn from this part of it? We can learn that production is saying that he's going to go to jail. It doesn't matter what happened, but he knows he's going to jail. So is this production taking some type of responsibility for what happened to Llips? I believe so. I do believe so. And the phone that the police retrieved, I do believe is going to give us the other end of that story. Of course, they're going to go through the messages. Of course, they're going to try to retrieve a lot of information to try to paint the picture of their relationship as closely as they can. You know, Llips' sister did come out saying that they were both toxic to each other. She didn't want anything bad to come production's way, indicating further that it could have been a domestic situation or marriage for many, many years, but we just don't know. We just don't have the information yet. I would love to continuously provide updates. But guys, I want to know from you guys, what do you think? Do you think that this was self-defense? Do you think that this was just cold, calculated, and a drunken night that turned fatal? I want to know from you all, and I definitely want to say rest in peace to Llips. When I heard about the news, I thought it was not real. I hope everyone's having a great rest of your day. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you have any type of information about this case, let me know in the comments down below, because it is still a shock to everyone. It's still very fresh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, what I did put together. This has been Lindsay Unfiltered. Bye now.